Rajesh Menon, half an hour.
We are like,
Hello and welcome. Big match. Shreyas Iyer with his former franchise. That is the subplot. I mean, anybody watching today, KKR versus Punjab Kings. That is the only story that one needs to focus on. Yes, Priyan Sharia, Prab Simran Singh, Punjab doing very well, KKR winning against Chennai Super Kings. All of that is definitely there. But the real story anyone watching will know is Shreyas Iyer playing against the franchise with which he won the IPL in 2024. That is the subplot of this story. Can he do it for Punjab? Can KKR stop their former captain? Both know each other. The relationship, we've seen a great relationship in the past. Maybe something happened. We don't want to dwell into it anymore. But today they are on other sides. They are on rival sides. Can KKR pull it off? Or will Punjab win it at home? Joining me, Shubhan Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj, and Gargi Raut also joining me from the Arun Jaitley Stadium, where the Delhi Capitals will practice along with the Rajasthan Royals. And the subplot there is one Karun Nair. Karun Nair, with that 89, has blazed his way into the IPL. We will ask Gargi about that. But first, let me set this up. Let me set this up with Shubhan and Bharat. Shubhan, Shreyas Iyer versus KKR. That is the real story tonight.
absolutely. And
Absolutely, and
you
then
talked about some. It is fine now. So yeah, we all know that they enjoyed a great working relationship last year, had a tremendous season, won the trophy, but things did not end in a way that KKR fans, Shreyas Iyer, KKR would have liked. As you said, we will not dwell into it, but there was a sour note somewhere in that breakup. It's like a girlfriend and boyfriend breaking up after a good relationship of 3 4 years actually. So it would have hurt Shreyas as well, not only KKR and their plannings and their auction dynamics, but Shreyas as well, because whatever I know some players in KKR camp, and they share a great relationship. They shared a great relationship with Iyer, and the kind of dynamics which we are talking about in Punjab Kings now, that his confidence, the way he gives freedom to the players, the way he executes his intent out on the field, whether with the bat or on the field with his field placement or bowling. Everyone knows Shreyas is a top leader in that regard. But yeah, today's dynamics will be whether Shreyas Iyer can go and get past his former team. He knows. The thing about KKR is that it's almost the same bunch of players. Out of the 11, at least 9 of them are from the previous team. So Shreyas knows this team inside out. The players know that what Shreyas might be planning, what his tactical acumen is in a particular situation. So in that regard, it's a very spicy battle, very intense battle between the two teams, and both of them are fighting for that top 4 spot. Whoever wins today, yes, KKR currently are in that top 4 zone. If Punjab Kings win, they will leapfrog into the top 4 zone. So the battle for top 4 is another subplot. But yes, Shreyas going against his former KKR teammates will be a real treat to watch. And mind you, there has not been any uh, reels or shots that generally these teams share when teams from the past, players from the past reunite on the field. But so far you can sense that there's a rivalry brewing. It's not a full-fledged rivalry yet, but there's some rivalry brewing there as well.
100% there is. 100% there is. Gargi, quick comment. I know you're in Delhi at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Yes, Karun Nair will be the focus tomorrow. But before I go to Bharat, Shreyas Iyer versus KKR, as Shubhan beautifully summed up. Venki Mysore, you remember, spoke to us about Shreyas Iyer and how important Shreyas was. He spoke to us after the auction. We will play that bite. I've asked Rohan to get that ready as well. But clearly, Gargi, there is something there. And that will add a zig to this rivalry. Otherwise, KKR Punjab, you would say, okay, it's one of those games. But automatically, Shreyas Iyer playing for Punjab, Ricky Ponting Shreyas Iyer against KKR has made this match that tad extra special. And by the way, today is Bengali New Year. So, Shubho Novobarsha to everybody. Can KKR make it more special? Gargi Rao, over to you before I go to Bharat.
Well, no, I think it's going to be a bit noisy, so sorry about that because I'm across the stadium and I couldn't find network. So all of that aside now, Shreyas Iyer, I was scrolling through social media and I found that fans are calling it the Shreyas Iyer derby today. Punjab Kings versus KKR. So that's the whole fun of it. Look, I know there might not be any bad blood between Shreyas Iyer and KKR as of now, but there's always this thing that Shreyas Iyer might want to come out and show what KKR is missing right now, and it's quite clear, it's quite evident. Fans are talking about, or even us when we were discussing, what's missing in KKR right now. Everyone spoke about Gautam Gambhir not being there as a mentor, Gautam Gambhir not being there in the dressing room. But one of the biggest cogs in the wheel, Shreyas Iyer as a captain. Now, when you look back on the last season, but now when you look back on KKR's title-winning season, you realize that even though Shreyas Iyer was not contributing with the bat, his leadership meant more to them than we could gauge from the outside. So that's how important Shreyas Iyer was. And then look at how he's turned around the season for Punjab Kings. Look at the points table. KKR is at number 5. Punjab Kings is at number 6, but having played one less game. So tonight could be, that game changer for Punjab Kings. And it could just be a way of Shreyas Iyer sort of getting back at KKR. It doesn't have to be anything personal, of course. But for fans, there'll always be that rivalry of a team letting go of KKR, letting go of their captain versus the captain who was let go of. So it's going to be an amazing battle.
Bharat, you've said to me many times that Shreyas Iyer, according to you, is the best Indian captain in the IPL. You've said that, and not only you. A lot of people say that his tactical nous, the way he's led the side, it is absolutely superb. And the way he's batting as well. He's improved his play against the short ball. Much, much better this year. In red hot form. Does that kind of make it ominous for KKR? And whatever Shreyas might say, oh, it's just another game or KKR, there will be that extra zing to do well against his former team. Bharat Ramraj.
Yeah, he leads from the front. So this season he has been leading from the front. That is a key part for any captain. So Patodi once upon a time used to say, because of my problem with my eye, I had to lead from behind. As a captain, you would always want to lead from the front. And Shreyas Iyer is doing that. Yes, he has improved his play against the short ball. He used to stay leg side of the ball. When he used to stay leg side of the ball, obviously any fast bowler worth his salt would think of just banging it short and trying to bowl short balls. But now he's going more of backhand across and is able to get inside the line and pull the ball. That makes a huge difference to him as a captain as well, because then he's able to score runs. Yes, he's tactically very, very good. I think he takes sensible decisions, which we could see yesterday when Rishabh Pant didn't take a sensible decision. What exactly happened? He didn't go for Bishnoi when he should have. That's what basically Shreyas Iyer does. It's not like captaincy's rocket science that you have to take some decisions that are out of the world. Just do sensible things right, and that is what Shreyas Iyer does. And yes, when you consider the fact that they're playing against KKR today, there would be a little bit of spice attached to it. But I have to add one point. Shreyas Iyer is also back with Ricky Ponting. So that is, from Shreyas Iyer's perspective, perhaps it is good because he has had a very good working relationship with him. Even at DC, Ricky Ponting himself has observed that point. So maybe both of them will take Punjab Kings, who knows, to their first ever title.
Very, 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 likely possibility. There is a fair chance. I mean, the team has started very well. I think Rohan has got the Venki Mysore bite on Shreyas Iyer ready. Rohan, can you quickly play that? What Venki Mysore had said about Shreyas Iyer straight after the auction? Or before? Asking this. Why did you leave Shreyas Iyer? He was your captain. He won you the IPL. In an interview with me 2 days after winning the IPL, you praised him to the skies. You said how important he was. Why did you leave Shreyas Iyer?
The interesting thing about retentions, I mean, there are so many aspects to it and forces at play. But I think what is fundamental to a retention that most people don't sometimes understand, many people do, but some don't, is that, it's a matter of mutually agreeing, This is not only it's not a one-sided right that the franchise has, and the player has to also consider various factors and agree. So somewhere along the line, if that agreement doesn't happen because of various factors, money, or somebody wants to test their value, or whatever it is. That influences that decision also eventually. But I mean, he was number one on our list, so to say, because obviously he's captain, and we have to build everything around the leadership, and we picked him specifically in 22 for that. Unfortunately, he was injured in 23. When he came back, the moment he came back, he got his captaincy back. It was we made it very clear that it's yours when you come back. So he's been a very integral part, done a terrific job. I enjoy a personal rapport with him. But end of the day, people also have to make their own decisions and decide on what's best for them and the direction that they want to go. And the commercial value, etc., is a very important aspect of it. So when you put it all together, it's we've been very fortunate over the years. I've done this for 14 years. I tell people I've been in 14 auctions. There'll be my 15th. But this was the most stressful one, just because of the way rules have been formulated. They're very different this time. Very different, the rules. And
that's good, Ron. That's it. Good
we had
enough.
made certain.
Clearly, Shubhan, from this, one thing is a fact. Neither side was comfortable. Neither side was comfortable. I mean, and that is evident. And that kind of tells me that tonight will be hot. Both sides will want to win this one, that little bit extra. No one will say it. On field, it will be very, very, civil and good and whatever you want to call it. But clearly, there is that element of tension. Shreyas Iyer will want to win this a little bit more. Kolkata Knight Riders, even for Ajinkya Rahane, they play for the same team. Mumbai, Ranji Trophy, domestic cricket. And all of a sudden, Shreyas Iyer, they know each other inside out. How does that work out, Shubhan? Set that up. Ajinkya Rahane versus Shreyas Iyer.
Absolutely, and Ajinkya Rahane is a senior pro here. Although Mumbai won the Syed Mushtaq Ali under Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, but Rahane was the top scorer there. So there's this mini battle that will go on. But what I was listening to Venki Mysore's interview, and there were tension. It was not a very comfortable dialogue that happened between KKR and Iyer. From Iyer's camp, I don't know whether it was straight from Iyer, but there was this murmur from his camp that he did not get the recognition that he deserved. All the limelight went towards Gautam Gambhir and how he's the mastermind inside the dressing room, and that is why you heard those stories of Shreyas Iyer handing the ball to Harshit Rana. Yes, the players acknowledged him inside the dressing room, but the public perception, the KKR fans handed it all to Gautam Gambhir and made him a mastermind in that KKR dressing room and not Shreyas Iyer, which automatically will hurt any captain or any player of that repute. So from Shreyas Iyer's side, he was correct in saying that I deserve more recognition, whether it comes from more money or more media perception. That's his call. But at the end of the day, KKR and Iyer did not agree to the kind of amount that Iyer's camp was demanding there. So that's a story which is a gone by story. But right now, that recognition story plays a huge role in today's battle, because as you said, Iyer will be desperate to prove himself. Yes, he has done really well so far. 3 matches won out of 5, which is a stellar start to any tournament. But in this particular match, he will be, pushing himself a bit more extra to, that is a recognition part. If he defeats KKR today, he will say, they were wrong to release me. They should have retained me. I should have been the number 1 retention. Any captain in the past, Buriara, you have covered IPL from day one, even minus 100 days. Any captain who have won any team an IPL trophy, he automatically was their number 1 choice in terms of retention. But Shreyas Iyer's case was where this chain was broken. So Shreyas will be desperate, and KKR, I think the message from the KKR management will be to, let's prove him wrong. It was a team effort and not an individual's effort which won you the tournament last time around. So that's a mini battle that will go on today.
Gargi, the point here is, whatever one says, Gautam Gambhir has been given way more credit than Shreyas Iyer. Face it. Shreyas Iyer as captain, if you take the Indian captaincy, take the T20 World Cup, Rohit Sharma has been given more credit than Rahul Dravid. Face it. Even now, Rohit Sharma has been celebrated more than Gautam Gambhir. That is a fact. That is how it is in cricket. Pat Cummins has been celebrated 20 times more than Andrew McDonald. That is how it is. But when it comes to KKR and the IPL, Gautam Gambhir has been celebrated way more than Shreyas Iyer. So, in that sense, if Shreyas Iyer has a point to prove, or if there is something saying I have not been given my due, he's actually fair in saying that. Gargi Rao?
I think it's just, and I think it's just dynamics at play. And it has a lot to do with the perception of, that Gautam Gambhir has. It's no fault of Shreyas Iyer, obviously. It must be, or it could be that Shreyas Iyer had a lot to do with KKR's win than Gautam Gambhir. It could be anything. It could be the other way around as well. But the thing is, Gautam Gambhir is a much bigger icon or a much bigger, let's say, figure in cricket than Shreyas Iyer. And that's what happens when you have a player like Gautam Gambhir, someone of the stature of Gautam Gambhir in your dressing room. Obviously, he will overshadow everyone else that is there. That is not Shreyas Iyer's fault. And honestly, you can't help it. You can't help it because that's how the fans will perceive. KKR was Gautam Gambhir. KKR was Saurav Ganguly. So that's how it is perceived when it comes to franchisees. Virat Kohli is RC. So you can't really help it. It's public perception, and also, the press also takes it like that. Even if there was some decision being made, you'd say that, oh, this was Gautam Gambhir's call. Even if you knew nothing about it, that's just how it is. And I don't think you can help it. I don't think Shreyas Iyer should have taken that personally unless something was happening in the management or behind closed doors. Otherwise, it's just public perception. And, if you're doing well, your management, your staff, your team knows who's calling the shots. So you don't have anything to worry about.
And Guria, that Shreyas was there from 2021-22 season in KKR. They did not win the trophy till 24. So and Gambhir came in and helped them win the trophy. So Gambhir's past reputation as a KKR winning captain, plus him being the mentor, that emotional homecoming, everything played a role in boosting up Gambhir's stature in that title winning run. But for Shreyas, I think it was a tad unfortunate that Gambhir situation came in that particular season and he was not given the due.
I agree. And what Gargi said, what you just said. Bharat, look at the last few comments. Pratik says KKR won 2 trophies as GG as captain and then played a season with Iyer as captain, did not do well. Exactly what Shubhayan and Gargi were talking about. And GG comes and wins it. Point of view 1. Pratik. Amit. In KKR, both Gautam and Iyer had equal contribution. So this is point of view 2. Point of view 3, Mohit. Shreyas wasn't as big a superstar during retention as he is today. Post retention, he has won every single tournament. Point of view 3. Point of view 4. Anit, we want Shreyas Iyer to score big and take revenge against KKR. They disrespected him by not retaining him. GG cannot do alone. So I have given you 4 different points of view from the comment section in the last 2 minutes, Bharat. And this is how it is divided. It is fascinating how people are perceiving this. Pro Shreyas, middle of the road, anti Shreyas, pro KKR. This is how it is. Fascinating. Bharat Ramraj?
Yeah, it will divide opinions. That's what I would say. But in my opinion, what has happened here is Gautam Gambhir is basically synonymous with everything and anything that KKR has done over a period of time. Let it be as the captain, let it be as the mentor. I think that has played a part in Gautam Gambhir getting that kind of praise. Because if you notice, Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, if you look at their accomplishments, you can argue that Rahul Dravid was the bigger player than Rohit Sharma. But still, Rohit Sharma got the accolades here. If that was the case, I'm thinking about another scenario. If that was the case, that Gautam Gambhir is a bigger player than Shreyas Iyer, then you can argue with that Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma captaincy coach duo as well. So I think that is not the point here. I think the main point is Gautam Gambhir as the coach, as the captain, won titles. As the mentor, helped them to win titles. So somewhere KKR is basically synonymous with Gautam Gambhir, and that is where maybe this is Shreyas Iyer's chance. He's come out of KKR, maybe take PBKS to a title, and that will prove the point that Shreyas Iyer was the man behind the success. But in my humble opinion, what I would say is finally it has to go to the captain. However good the coach is, however good the mentor is, finally most of the credit has to go to the captain in cricket. I'm not thinking about other sports, but in cricket,
100% correct.
it has to be the captain.
100% correct. Virat versus Anil, it was Virat. Whatever you say. If it's football, it's the coach. If it's football, it's the coach. In cricket, it's the captain. Your point is 100% correct, Bharat. There is no debate on that. Shubhan, now when I come to the match itself, slightly better off Punjab based on the way they've started. Looking at the balance, you reckon when you see the balance of that side, two youngsters, Prabsimran Singh and Priyan Sharia firing, then Shreyas Iyer in red hot form. Then you have in lower down also someone like a Shashank and people firing. Lockie Ferguson, big blow. But how do you look at Punjab, or do you say no? Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narayan coming good against Chennai Super Kings. Ajinkya Rahane in red hot form. For me, it's equal. How do you kind of set this up for me? Mute. Mute.
I'll still say that KKR have one of the most balanced sides on the paper in this IPL. If you look at Punjab Kings, their bowling department is slightly underwhelming. Yes, you have a Arshdeep Singh, you have a Yuzvendra Chahal, and Punjab depend a lot on these two players, and these two players have blown hot and cold. Yuzi Chahal have not even blown hot this season as of now. So Arshdeep blowing hot and cold, Yuzi completely out of form. These two are big blows for Punjab Kings, and they would be desperate to having them back in top form when the business end of the IPL, as the business end of the IPL approaches. Their batting is very top three dependent. You look at Prabsimran and Priyan Sharia, they are dependent on their starts, followed by a Shreyas Iyer at number 3. Yes, Nihal Vadera has done well as an impact sub. Shashank Singh at number 6, number 7 has done well, but their two most important players in the middle overs, Glenn Maxwell and Marcus Stoinis, have not clicked so far. And their batting position, Marcus Stoinis at 4, I don't know whether that's the uh, most one of the best decisions there in terms of tactical calls. Either you play Marcus as an opener or you play him as a finisher. There's nothing in between. He can't bat at number 4. He's not your player who will dictate the game properly. He will come and go hammer and tongs, and that's why the last 5 overs is the best spot for Marcus Stoinis if you want to play him as a batter. For Maxwell, he has not scored at all this season. So they are a very top three dependent a lot on Shashank Singh. So if KKR bowlers manage to keep these 3-4 players calm, then I think KKR will do well. Plus, Andre Russell's record against Shreyas Iyer and Marcus Stoinis is incredible. I think he has dismissed him 5 times in 7 matches, Russell to Iyer. So that will be something which is a mini battle between the players and the matchups. But KKR, I think they are a very well balanced side. The last batting unit where we saw Rinku Singh come at number 4, I think that's the kind of batting order you would want going forward for KKR. Yes, you can play Venkatesh Iyer at number 4, followed by a Rinku Singh. If you are replacing a Quinton de Kock, I still feel give him another couple of matches, and if he does not perform, bring in a Loveneet Sisodia, add in a Rovman Powell in that middle order. The batting unit will look, I think, unbeatable, at least on paper. Bowling wise, they need to sort whether they will have to. Mullapur pitch has played as a belter. So Moeen Ali play there, or will you want to bring in a Henrik Nokia there? Because I don't think Spencer Johnson has been utilized well by the KKR team in BBL. His best average strike rate economy has been post power play, and that is where he has exceeded all the expectations. But KKR are using him as a power play and as a death bowler, which goes against all the stats that he has been piling up in the last couple of years. So they have not used Spencer Johnson wisely. So either you go with Moeen Ali again, or play an Andrik Nokia straight away. But I think KKR, yes, Punjab Kings' form has been great. KKR has been win loss, and last match they've won. So going by the streak, they will they they they, they would lose this match. But I think they are heading into this match as favorites given the balance of the side. Boliara.
Some important points being made there, Bharat. One point for me, Anrik Nokia coming in. Does that kind of make a big difference to KKR? Whatever said and done, international star, 150 Ks, if he comes in, can make a real difference, genuine fast. I agree with Marcus Stoinis, the way Punjab has handled Marcus Stoinis, despite the 4 sixes in the last game, that 14 ball cameo or whatever it is. Overall, if you see impact, it's still pretty marginal. Shubhan says KKR. How does it look to you, Bharat Ramraj? Do you reckon it's 50-50? Do you reckon it's close? Yes, Punjab did win some real strong games, but then, not being able to defend 250, that's a big one. Whatever said and done, yes, Abhishek Sharma killed it, but 250 is a massive score. So, your thoughts on that, Bharat Ramraj? Gargi rejoins us again from the stadium.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I guess KKR on paper looked like the stronger side to me. Even before the start of the season, it felt that way. See, in league-based tournaments, it's all about momentum. I guess PBKS, what happened with PBKS is they got that momentum. That is where they won a slew of matches. But then they lost their last match against SRH. Who knows? That could be an indicator of a bit of a downward slide for PBKS because they still have holes in their lineup. If you look at, as I said, it's already been noted about Marcus Stoinis' batting position, or for the matter, their bowling attack with Lockie Ferguson also injured. It doesn't look as good as perhaps many think or many believe. Arshdeep Singh has been great for India in T20Is, but if you notice his T20 performances, even when he played Saeed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, the batters have taken to him and they have scored a lot of runs against him. So he has blown hot and cold. So I think Punjab Kings have some problems, but on the other side, obviously KKR too have been maybe what can I say, a little conservative. By now they could have used somewhere at least in one game as an impact sub. Someone like Lavneet Sisodia, even if he scores 1-0 or 2 zeros, it's fine because you have nothing to lose. As an impact player, if he comes off, then it is absolutely great. But they have been a little conservative. They're somehow the way they have placed their batters, the kind of batting positions that they have come in a couple of games, that has looked suspect, or a little bit of scrutiny over their batting positions, the way they have used their batters in the middle order. So KKR have made some mistakes, but if you ask me, I think they are the better side of the two, and somehow my gut feel says maybe it is KKR's day.
Both Shubhan and Bharat taking the KKR side, Gargi, saying KKR has the edge. The one player who has acutely disappointed all of us, I think, once again is Glenn Maxwell. What is the problem? He plays one season, then screws up 4 seasons, gets some money, comes back, makes a mess of it. Glenn Maxwell stays an enigma. I mean, this has nothing to do with money. He's not getting the money himself. The franchise paying him. It's not his fault. But somewhere, somehow, Glenn Maxwell just doesn't play the role based on the talent that this guy has. And that is a big problem for Punjab because they've banked on him, they've got him back, and he's not delivered. Or so far. Can Glenn Maxwell get it back? And your thoughts on Glenn Maxwell, Gandhi?
It's a curious case. I never understand why Glenn Maxwell comes into IPL and never performs or is never able to do what he does or replicate what he does in international cricket. 2 months down the line, he'll play a game for Australia and he'll be at the top of his form. And you won't understand why that didn't happen back in the IPL. It's something I never understood personally. It's at one point you just wonder why Glenn Maxwell is getting the sort of money that he is. Introspecting, Maxwell, Livingston are on the same boat, most unreliable lot in the IPL. Well, you've said it. That's how it. I mean, honestly, I don't have an answer for this because I never understand what happens. A few months before the IPL, Glenn Maxwell was performing so well. A few months after the IPL, he will. I am 100% sure he will perform really well. But in the IPL, something, is it the team dynamics? Is it something that happens behind the scenes? We never know. But all we know is from the outside, we know that Punjab Kings has banked on him, has trusted him to, it's all in the tag. It's all in the price tag. If a franchisee is trusting you enough to pay you that much money, it should say it all.
Before I go back to Shubhan Gandhi, I'll let you go. I'll let you go with this question because I know you've got to go in for the practice and press conference and all of that. You were there, and tomorrow's match, while we are all talking today, and I will continue with Shubhan and Bharat, you were there in Delhi in that stadium when Karun Nair played that knock, 89. I've not seen, rarely seen someone play Jasprit Bumrah like that. Boom. I mean, it was an outstanding knock. And for me, Karun Nair was the classic underdog story. The underdog winning a night, even if his team did not win, he won. He won 300 no test match. Millions of runs in domestic cricket, not a chance. Syed Mushtaq Ali, Vijay Hazare, still no chance. Here comes the IPL and 89. You watched that game. What was the reaction when Karun Nair played that knock, Kargirav?
I mean, before the IPL started, we had also, all of us had been watching Ranji Trophy very closely. We knew that Karun Nair, whatever he was doing something really special. And I keep going back, and this is what is happening on social media as well, within the fans as well, and the community, is you go back to that tweet of Karun Nair, saying, cricket, give me one more chance. And this is the kind of human stories that come out of it. After 2017, Karun Nair did not play for India at all. Triple hundred, being only the second person ever to get a triple hundred, and to never be in the team after that is something is one of the bizarre things that happen in cricket. And last night, not last night, sorry, in the last game here at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, I remember we were all sitting and watching Karun Nair bat. And he was making it look so effortless. He was making it look like he was playing gully cricket. That's what I would say. He was making Bumrah look like someone who was bowling in the nets, and Karun Nair was just hitting him out of the park effortlessly. It was taking it, at least it looked like it did not take any effort at all for Karun Nair to hit those sixes, to hit those boundaries. He was just flicking the wrist and it was going out of the park. And I would say that Karun Nair was definitely not human that night. I don't know what he ate in the morning. Was it chole bhature? Was it one of the special breakfasts here in Delhi? I'm not sure, but that was incredible to watch. And if he continues performing like this, you might just see a beautiful comeback story being scripted.
Very nice. I'll let you go. I'll let you go because you've got to go in for practice. And get me something on Karun Nair, because I want to build up on Karun Nair tomorrow. Let's do a special on Karun Nair. I know Shubhan's close to him. Let's follow the Karun Nair story. And I love underdogs. I love the underdog story. I mean, Karun Nair is the subplot for tomorrow, the story within the story. Gargi, thank you very much. Shubhan Chakraborty and Bharat Ramraj. I'll continue with you both. Let's in my last 7-8 minutes. Plenty of questions on the middle order. If you look at someone saying Karun Nair or class apart, etc., absolutely. Asim Hans, introspect, still not selected. We will talk about Karun Nair at length tomorrow. But Shubhan, Rambo, Russell, Rinku, or put it the other way, Rinku, Russell, Rambo. This is KKR strength, and still they haven't used them the best. I think if KKR starts using Rinku, Russell, Ramandeep in that order, in whatever manner, and these three start firing, KKR is a different team. Rinku, Russell, Ramandeep, 70% of their potential. This KKR team is a certain playoff candidate. Shubhan Chakraborty.
Absolutely, but for that, I think KKR need to figure out their entry points as well. As I said, last game it was a perfect entry point for Rinku Singh, and he finished the match. It took his time, played those shots, and finished the match for KKR. And it has to be Rinku Singh's entry point has to be somewhere near around 10th over. You can't delay it. You can't delay it. For Andre Russell, it has to be around 12 to 13 over. Don't push it too back. Give him the deliveries that he needs to settle down and then get going. You correctly said, and I have been saying it like a broken tape from day one, that KKR's main strength is not their bowling, not their batting, or not their fielding, but these three players who can dominate any attack and can take the game away from any team, any opposition, any bowling attack in a blink of an eye. So they need to figure out their entry points for Rinku, Russell, Ramandeep, and yes, Ankriksh has been doing really well, but I still don't find both Rahane and Ankriksh plays in the same playing 11 unless it's a collapse in the power play or in the top of the order. You get 2-3 wickets very quickly. Unless that happens, I don't see. It's my personal opinion that I won't play both Rahane and Ankriksh together in the same batting unit, which consists of the firepower that we are talking about. So if KKR sort the entry points of these 3 hours, then I think they are a very good side. I think I'll still say they are one of the most powerful sides on the paper. Very balanced side. Just need to figure out some of the tactical miscalls that has been happening since this tournament started.
I tend to completely agree with Shubha and Bharat. I said at the start of the tournament, KKR is a playoff team. I'm still saying KKR is a playoff team. I absolutely
Absolutely.
hold on to my point that KKR is a playoff team. Nareen, Deacock, Rahane, Iyer, Rinku, Russell, Ramandeep should be the batting order, says Introspect, and I
Absolutely.
agree with it.
Absolutely.
That is exactly what that batting order is. Deepanjan Chatterjee, Rinku, Russell, Raman, very weak against spin. Who says so? Rinku weak against spin.
Rinku is
Raman
very, very good against spin. Rinku is very
Come
good
on, boss.
against spin.
Liverpool is weak against spin. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. No way. But yes, yes. This is a fact. This is a fact that Punjab. There are battles within these battles. There is a Yuzvendra Chahal. There are some good battles there. I think Bharat Ramraj, Andre Russell, does he kind of look 100% fit to you? Is that a problem? Or KKR has underused Andre Russell more with the ball? Or when you see matchups, and these days people do matchups, like Shubhain said, moment Shreyas Iyer comes into back, do you throw the ball to Andre Russell and say, go, get a couple of overs against Shreyas Iyer, test him with the short ball, try it out? What do you do?
Yeah, obviously, if someone has an upper hand over another batter, then definitely use him as soon as he comes out to bat. Yes, so Shreyas has improved his batting against the short ball. He's really improved his game, and maybe Andrew Russell obviously is not getting any younger. So he's basically someone who snaps the back and hits the deck hard. But to do it as you get older, I think it becomes more and more difficult to snap your back and hit the pitch hard. So maybe that is the problem for someone like Andy Russell, and that is why he's not able to get that heavy ball out. But still, if someone has got another batsman out 3 4 times or whatever, then definitely use him because it would be in the back of Shreyas Iyer's mind that this bowler has got me out a couple of times or 3 times, so I have to be a little bit careful against him. So in that context, definitely, I just want to add a point on Maxwell as well. This Maxwell and Livingstone comparison, I found it rather interesting because I think there's a good comparison. Only thing is, I think Maxwell is the better version of Livingstone, but both are very similar players in the sense that if they feel the next ball has to go for a six, I believe these two will think the next ball has to go for a six only. Even if it's a good ball, it has to go for a six. I think that is the problem with either Maxwell or Livingstone. They're very instinctive batters. They think, yeah, the next ball has to go for a boundary, and whatever it is, that ball has to go for a four only.
Let's finish it there. Let's finish it there at 6:30. I think Bharat Ramraj, Shomik Chakraborty, Atreo, and Gargi, I think, are joining from multiple different parts of the country to set the game up, including Take the Toss. And Shubhain will be in Hindi. Both my guests here, Shubhain and Bharat, have said KKR have the edge. Anyone interested in football? The interview is already kind of being talked about. I've got 23 messages in the last 15 odd minutes about the Tutu Bose interview. Yes, fascinating to chat about Mohun Bagan and East Bengal with Tutu Bose. And he gave me a superb example. I said, there's no Mohun Bagan without East Bengal. He said, in Bangla, he said, Muri khao. I said, yes. He said, Tele bhaja khao. I said, yes. He said, Muri chhala tele bhaja khete paro. Ekta khabe. Can you eat 7 or 8 without Muri? You can't. There is no Mohun Bagan without East Bengal. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Then he went on to describe how Sanjeev Goenka was got in. What is the story of Mohun Bagan under him and the transformation? If you are a Mohun Bagan or an East Bengal fan, watch it. If you are a football fan, watch it. Because this is how Indian football, the story of the club passion that you talk about, you can see it in that interview. We've also done another fascinating interview. Somebody here said, who said? Shubhain said, right? Shubhain said or Bharat said. One of these two people said that X is, about a particular team. That, okay, Gargi also said, Gautam Gambhir and KKR. We have done a beautiful interview with the CEO of RCB, Rajesh Menon. I asked him, how do you explain Virat Kohli? And his answer was brilliant. He said, at Diageo, there are no owners. There are no owners. The only consistency in RCB, and he did not use the word owner, but I could sense, and I started laughing. He said, is Virat Kohli. No one else has the same connect with RCB as Virat Kohli does. And I said, what about post Virat Kohli? I asked him, do you think the RCB brand takes a hit when Virat Kohli retires? And I pushed him on that. To his credit, he answered every question. That interview will come to you in a day or two. Keep watching, folks. Keep watching. Plenty of good content coming. Shubhain Chakraborty, Bharat Ramraj, thank you very much for joining.